The Miss Universe pageant is no stranger to drama, but what's happening right now is a whole new level of chaos. We're talking about accusations of fraud, secret juries, conflicts of interest, and not one, but two judges quitting just days before the big event. It's a mess, and we're going to break it all down. It all started when Omar Harfouch, a composer and now former judge for the 2025 Miss Universe competition, dropped a bombshell on his Instagram. He announced he was quitting, and the reason why is explosive. He claimed he discovered through social media that an impromptu jury had already pre-selected the top 30 finalists. This happened without any of the 8 official judges, including himself, even being present. Imagine being a judge for one of the biggest pageants in the world, only to find out the most crucial decisions might have already been made behind your back. Harfouch expressed his profound confusion and concern, stating that the results of this secret selection were being kept under wraps. But it gets worse. He alleged that this unofficial jury was made up of people with serious conflicts of interest. We're talking personal, and even romantic, relationships with some of the contestants. He even pointed a finger at the person responsible for counting the votes, suggesting they also had a conflict of interest. This isn't just a minor issue. It strikes at the very heart of the competition's fairness. According to Harfouch, he tried to address these issues directly with the Miss Universe committee. He disapproved of this preliminary selection process and the complete lack of transparency. What was their response? He says they rushed to post a list of names on Instagram, creating even more confusion about who these people were and what role they played. After what he described as a disrespectful conversation with Raul Roca, the president of the Miss Universe organization, Harfouch decided he'd had enough. He resigned, refusing to be part of what he called a charade. As a final mic drop, he announced he wouldn't even be playing the music he had specifically composed for the event. Of course, the Miss Universe organization, or MUO, couldn't stay silent. They released their own statement, aiming to clarify what they called inaccuracies. They explained that on November 17, they had publicly announced the selection committee for something called the Beyond the Crown program. They insist this program is a completely separate initiative focused on social impact, leadership, and charity. It has, they claim, nothing to do with the official Miss Universe competition or its judging panel. The MUO statement firmly denied Harfouch's claims, stating that no impromptu jury has been created, and no external group has been authorized to evaluate delegates or select finalists. They emphasized that their competition evaluations follow established, transparent protocols. They framed Harfouch's departure as a result of his own expressed confusion and public mischaracterization of their program. Acknowledging his withdrawal, they then hit him with a legal warning. The MUO stated that effective immediately, Harfouch is prohibited from associating himself with the Miss Universe brand in any way, and threatened legal action if he didn't comply. So, how did Harfouch react to this? He shared their statement on his Instagram and called it absolutely hilarious. He claimed their statement actually confirmed his point that they admitted to a pre-selection of 30 contestants without the official jury's knowledge.
The battle lines were drawn, and Harfouch wasn't backing down. He escalated the situation dramatically.
In a follow-up post, he announced that he had consulted a top law firm in New York to explore filing a formal complaint against the Miss Universe organization. The potential charges are incredibly serious: fraud, abuse of power, corruption, deception, breach of contract, conflict of interest, and damages. He doubled down on his claim of a secret and illegitimate vote to pick the top 30, and he specifically highlighted the alleged romantic relationship between a non-official judge and a contestant, calling it a clear and serious conflict of interest that could qualify as collusion and manipulation of an international competition. He also spoke about the personal toll this took on him, mentioning emotional trauma, reputational damage, and the time he wasted composing music for an event he now believes was rigged. He's seeking damages and compensation. But he didn't stop there. He issued a stark warning to all other judges, past and present. He argued that now that this information is public, any judge who participates in the final jury could be legally implicated in a global-scale fraud. He suggested their involvement could be seen as knowingly participating in a manipulated outcome, potentially carrying legal consequences for them as well. This is an incredibly bold move, essentially trying to dismantle the entire judging panel from the outside. And it seems his warning might have had an effect. Just hours after Harfouch's explosive posts, a second judge resigned. French soccer legend Claude Makélélé announced on his Instagram that he too was withdrawing. He cited unforeseen personal reasons and called it a difficult decision. He expressed his high regard for the Miss Universe platform and its values of empowerment and diversity, but stated he could intend to attend. While he didn't mention Harfouch's allegations, the timing is, to say the least, highly suspicious. Two judges quitting in such a short span right before the competition is practically unheard of. This wave of controversy comes on the heels of another dramatic incident just 2 weeks prior. During a sashing ceremony, Nawat Itzaragrisil, an executive director of the publicly reprimanded Miss Universe Mexico, Fatima Bosch. The confrontation was so intense that Bosch stood up and walked out of the room. In a powerful show of solidarity, several other contestants, including the reigning Miss Universe from Denmark and the representatives from Canada and Iraq, all followed her out. Following that walkout, MUO President Raul Roca issued a statement saying he would not allow the values of respect and dignity of women to be violated. He claimed he had postponed the ceremony specifically to avoid an interaction with Nawat, whom he accused of having a constant desire to be the center of attention. Roca then restricted Nawat's participation in all future pageant events. So what we have here is a perfect storm. We have a disgruntled executive causing drama on stage, contestants walking out in protests, and now two judges resigning amidst shocking allegations of a fixed competition. Harfouch's claims of a secret jury and conflicts of interest are extremely damaging. The MUO's denial and legal threats have only added fuel to the fire. And with a second judge now gone, the credibility of the entire Miss Universe 2025 competition is hanging by a thread. What does this mean for the contestants who have worked their entire lives for this moment? What does it mean for the fans who tune in expecting a fair and transparent competition? The pageant is set to begin, but it's now shrouded in suspicion and controversy. Will more judges step down? Will the MUO be forced to address these allegations more directly, beyond just legal threats? This story is developing fast, and it's shaking the very foundation of the pageant world. What do you think about all this? Do you believe the allegations? Or do you think it's a misunderstanding? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is one of the biggest scandals to ever hit Miss Universe, and we'll be watching closely to see what happens next. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on this incredible story. Thanks for watching!